Good morning guys, and welcome to a full day of eating video. I'm talking quiet right now because it's 7 AM, just got up, feeling a bit tired. So let's just go through my morning routine, what I have for breakfast and everything. You saw on the scales there I weighed 101.4. That's with holding the camera. Without the camera I was 100.3. Yesterday I was 99.8, so my weight's sort of bouncing up and down between the 100 and 99 range. I'm going to hit some arms and cardio today, and the next couple of days I'm going to hit a lot of cardio, try and get that down to below 99 if I can, and really start seeing more definition. But although my weight's not really dropping that much over this diet period, my body fat is dropping, so that's a really good sign that I'm regaining more muscle mass as well. So I'm just going to go through exactly what I'm eating to get that, and it's way more food than I used to be. So first thing in the morning I have this drink. This is all what my coach told me to do, by the way. So in this is some lemon juice, water, a little bit of sweetener, 10 grams of L-glutamine and 2 grams of L-carnitine. So these are things I would never normally use before, amino acids, just to top up the diet with them. L-glutamine is great for muscle repair and that. L-carnitine has tons of benefits. I didn't really know much about it before, but I did some reading. Good for fertility boosting, helps with heart, liver, kidneys. I mean, all of that is not provable, but I've definitely noticed some positives from taking all these supplements together. So basically with lemon juice in its own, and water, it tastes like absolute shit. So you have to have a bit of sweetener in there as well, otherwise it's just undrinkable. But with it, it's a really nice refreshing way to hydrate yourself first thing in the morning and get amino acids in. So while I'm drinking this, I start to cook my breakfast and have my other vitamins. So first thing in the morning I just have some vitamin D and some biotin. Here in the UK there is never any sunshine, so you need this, especially as it's coming back around to bloody winter already, well, autumn. Biotin, skin, hair and nail health. You know, I like my hair, it seems to be pretty good condition, I don't have male pattern baldness, so why not, you know, keep it up. So I always take these. It's got a little bit of collagen and zinc in it as well, so just, yeah, good for keeping your hair healthy and your skin and nails. So for breakfast I have 30 grams of almonds, you probably can't see that, I'm going to fall off the plate. 30 grams of almonds, my vitamins. Then I have 2 bacon medallions. So these are bacon with the fat trimmed off, so it's literally just a lot less fat. And then I have 3 whole eggs and 220 mils of egg whites. So I'll cook that up so you can see what it looks like. So this is my full breakfast. So yeah, it's quite a lot of food. And when I first started eating this, I really struggled to get it all down, but now I wake up starving and cannot wait for breakfast. My appetite is drastically increased. So you can see the bacon medallions there. We literally air fry those, so if you haven't got one of these bad boys, they're so good. You can't really see inside, it's dark, but it basically just cooks stuff and fries it without needing any oil. Then I do put a bit of barbecue sauce on my eggs because I can't eat this much eggs with no sort of added flavour. But yeah, I'll get this down me, and I'll quickly show you how I make my post-workout shake too. So today's routine is going to be slightly different to normal because I've got a slightly different day plan ahead of me. Basically, normally I'd have meal 1, then meal 2, then a pre-workout meal, and then I'd have my post-workout shake. Today, because I've got other stuff going on, I'm just going to have breakfast, get to the gym, do my arms and cardio, then have my post-workout shake, then have what would be meal 2, meal 3, and so on. So I'm doing it in a slightly different order. So normally I would get carbs in straight before training. As it's an arm session, nice and light, I don't really necessarily need the carbs. So I'm just going to stick with this. It's plenty of food to stop me being hungry. I'll still be able to get a great pump, and then we'll just get in all the carbs afterwards. I am eating exactly the same on rest day as I am on training days, but my rest days are active rest. So I got to go and do some cardio, and also on these days I'm hitting some carbs as well. So I'm hitting carbs 3 times a week now at least, and I'm really noticing a difference from just doing them really frequently, really hard. It does take like half an hour to do carbs properly as well, so doing them on a rest day is perfect. I've got 2 rest days a week, and then I just chuck them in on one other session. Works out quite nicely. But yeah, I'll show you how I make my shake. Alright, so for my shake I have cream of rice powder as my fast digesting carb to go with my protein powder. I was using Cocoa Pops before, which is kind of similar. It's like puff rice, but it's got way more sugar in it than this. This cream of rice has literally no sugar. It's all clean carbs, easy digesting. So my coach switched me to that. Just try and keep everything as clean as possible. And then 60 grams of whey and a bit of sweetener. So I use this Sucralose Sweetener. I've shown it in other videos before. You can get it on bulk powders or over websites. It's 600 times sweeter than sugar. I have a very sweet tooth, so I get a full ½ gram scoop, and then it's probably just a little bit more because I'm a nut. I just love my stuff super sweet. Like, I can't help it. I just have that sweet tooth. It's what I just love, sweet things. So then we put in 80 grams of this cream of rice. So I've got chocolate flavour, so you can just get it plain. So we're just going to weigh out 80 grams here. 80, cool. And then reset my scale to 0. And I'm mixing it with 60 grams of white chocolate whey. You can use regular chocolate as well, whatever flavour you want. I find the chocolate rice powder with the white chocolate protein powder is actually quite a nice combination. So you can just mix it up with the flavours of your shake. I was just using pure chocolate before, but I got a different flavour just because I was getting a bit sick of it. There we go, 60 grams. Just give it a quick shake or use a blender. Cream of rice has this like kind of bitty texture to it. It's not for everyone's taste. It almost tastes like sand in your mouth, like that kind of texture. But honestly, it's not that bad, and you're just necking it in a drink anyway. Yeah, it's not the nicest texture, and if you're someone who really doesn't like sort of grainy textured things, I wouldn't go for cream of rice. But at the end of the day, it's for results, not for flavour or anything, so sometimes you just have to take stuff you don't particularly enjoy. So I put this in the fridge and then I eat it, or drink it, should I say, immediately as soon as I finish training. I literally go into the changing room, get changed and drink it as I'm changing, just to get the refeed in straight away. That's what you should be doing, or at least within half an hour of training. But optimally, you'll just literally the minute you've done your last set, go to the changing room and start having your protein shake. Right guys, so I've got back from the gym, had a shower, cleaned myself up so I'm in such a state. That was my straight out of bed look for the first bit of the video, I apologise. So meal 3, this is always my meal 3, except today I'm having it post-workout. Normally I'd have this meal right before the gym. This is 300 grams of jasmine rice, that's cooked weight, 50 grams of peas, 50 grams of sweet corn, and 200 grams of cooked 5% fat beef mince. So I make my beef mince into chunks. I'll bring it a bit closer to the camera so you can get a bit of a clearer look. Ah, my knee, fuck. So there we go. So it's a nice, dense, big meal, lots of carbs pre-gym. As you can see, I make my beef into burgers, and then I cut the burgers up into chunks, whack it with the rice, the sweet corn, the peas, nuke it for a couple of minutes just so it's nice and hot. And then I just put a bit of black pepper on it, and I've got this garlic and chili salt, which just gives it a nice bit of tang, because otherwise the rice is really fucking bland. I've been enjoying eating jasmine rice over basmati. I did use basmati as like my main rice carb before, but jasmine rice just seems to fluff up so much nicer. I think it's slightly easier to digest, which is why Chris has put it on my plan. So yeah, this is my pre-gym meal just to get me some protein in, get me a bunch of carbs before I train so I get a good pump, and I absolutely love it. So before, what I was doing is I was only eating about 2,000 calories, 2,500 a day at most. My meals weren't really spaced out very well, and basically what it was doing was crashing my metabolism, which is why I was really struggling to like keep burning fat. I kind of hit a point where I'd hit a wall and I was just not eating enough and trying to push myself too hard with the training and the cardio, and I was just pushing my metabolism through the floor. I was feeling tired all the time, whereas now the fat's melting off me really fast. I've got so much more energy, like up until late evening, because I've got a lot of carbs in my diet, keeping me going, keeping my metabolism high, helping repair the damage I've done. I feel like I'm growing a lot faster now, I'm eating more consistent food. It's just so much better eating like this, 6 regular meals a day. So we're on meal 3. I need to eat this now because I'm actually starving, and I'll join you for meal number 4. Alright guys, so now we're on to meal number 4, and that is 400 grams of oven baked sweet potato, or air fried. I like to air fry it with a side of green veg, and then 200 grams of salmon, fresh, which I've got on this tin foil here, which we're going to air fry now. So air frying it's so great. It's a nice clean way to cook food, and it's quick. And it's no mess. So I'm going to take the salmon from on the tin foil, place it into the air fryer. Then we literally put this on for about 8 to 10 minutes at 200 degrees. So whack this bad boy on. I love this thing. These only cost about £80. If you get them on an Amazon sale, really worth the money. Super easy to cook things. Let's go in between 9 minutes. And then once that's almost done, I will heat up this in the microwave. And then be eating meal number 4. And while that's heating up, I'm going to show you what I have for meals 5 and 6 as well. Okay, so we're going to do meal 6 first, get it ready. So it is 350 grams of Greek yogurt with 1 scoop of, 40 grams of protein powder. So I should reset my scale to 0. So I'm weighing everything pretty at 41 grams, 40 grams, leveled it out, perfect. 40 grams of whey. I've got a birthday cake flavour. It goes really well with Greek yogurt. Just gives it, like, I find birthday cake, vanilla, white chocolate flavours really complement the Greek yogurt, but also regular chocolate whey protein goes with it. Then I use my sweetener, as I've shown before, so 1 scoop of sucralose, as I like my things very sweet, as with my lemon juice. Boom. And then we literally whisk that up and top it with some berries. So we want raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, the ones that are lower in sugars, but it also gives you a nice vitamin top up. So we're just going to give this a whisk up. Now whisking is the best because it actually gets rid of the lumps. If you try and mix it with a spoon, you just don't seem to, they just seem to be very lumpy, so you don't want to do that. You want to give it a nice good whisk. So just fold it in gently, and then once it is in, speed up your whisking so it doesn't go everywhere. There we go. So we top that with some berries, and then I'm just going to put this in the fridge for later on. So I'll have this meal around 10 PM, about half an hour, 45 minutes before I go to sleep. So before bed I also take some ZMAs. They're supposed to help with getting better sleep, recovery, and they're just good minerals to have that you don't necessarily get a lot of in your diet. And also some apple cider vinegar tablets. So I despise vinegar of all forms, especially apple cider vinegar. So there we go, focused. It's disgusting, so I've got the tablet form instead. So I just take 3 of these after I've had my last meal and let it go down, because they're supposed to be more effective on an empty stomach. They're meant to boost healthy gut bacteria, aid digestion, anti-inflammatory. Apple cider vinegar is just great for lots of things. I've known about it from working at Holland Barrett for a long time, but I've never used it myself because I find it rancid. I can't bear to like swallow a tablespoon. So the tablet form was a great alternative for me. So my salmon is just done cooking, and I'll show you how I flavour that afterwards. But first I want to talk about meal 5, because I'm not actually going to be preparing that today, because Amy and I are off out on a date night. We're going out to eat, so I'm going to have what is hopefully an equivalent. So basically meal number 5 is normally 200 grams of chicken with, that's cooked weight chicken, with just a large helping of steamed green vegetables, again just to help digestion go through the day, and you know, help push all that food through that I've eaten already. Definitely need the green vegetables, they make a big difference. One day I missed them out on the meal with the chicken, and like I struggled to go to the toilet the next day. It was kind of annoying. So I'm trying to keep everything really regular. My meals spaced apart, the same amount, eating the same amount of vegetables a day, and it's just working. My digestion's never been better. Also, obviously, the vitamins, minerals you get from the green veg is great, but the fibre is the most important thing we're going for here with the vegetables. It's just very good for you, especially with the amount of meat and other things I'm consuming a day. Also, that sweet potato in meal 4 has lots of fibre in it, which helps. So I'd say I'm getting for about 150 to 200 grams of broccoli a day, and about 50 to 100 grams of green beans a day, plus the 400 grams of sweet potato. plus the peas, plus the sweet corn. So they're my sort of vegetables. Then I have raspberries or some other berries in my last meal. So yeah, that is meal 5, 200 grams of chicken with some green veg. And you've just seen me make meal 6, which is the yogurt and protein powder. And here is meal number 4 finished. So perfectly cooked salmon in the air fryer, effortless, took 9 minutes. It would take so much longer to cook like this in the oven, and often I find it just gets burnt or just goes wrong or is undercooked. In a frying pan as well, uses loads of oil. So this, I literally put a little bit of 1 cal spray underneath it just so it didn't stick too badly to the tin foil, and voila! And then we've got the sweet potato, so I season that with a little bit of salt and pepper, as you can see there. I leave the green veg as it is. Sometimes I'll put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it, but generally I just try and eat it as it is. I'm not really have a problem with green veg. I find it fairly easy to eat. And then I sometimes top the salmon with salt and pepper as well, or I'll use a little bit of sweet chili sauce, reduced sugar of course, but it just adds a couple of extra carbs. And if I'm going to have the sweet chili sauce, I often have a little bit less sweet potato just to counteract the carbs so that they're even, but it really does make the salmon pop. So yeah, salmon is a bit of an expensive one to have every single day, but it's definitely worth it because I've been really missing out my omega fats and healthy fats. And since eating like this diet for the last 3 weeks, I've really noticed a difference of just eating cleaner food and having stuff like salmon in every day. Although it's costly, the healthy fats and omega fats you get from it are just so good for you. So it's just making a big difference to how I look, how I feel, my energy levels. And yeah, it's just a great addition. So if you can afford salmon on a daily, go for it because it's just such a good meat for you. Okay, so just to recap everything I've gone over in this video and my total daily macros, so let's just quickly check. I just worked it all out. 3,293 calories a day, give or take, because I'm having some extra sauces here and there, so it's probably a little bit higher than that. It is 351 grams of protein, probably the most protein a day I've eaten in forever. 285 grams of carbs a day, 27 grams of fiber, but that's not including from vegetables, 79 grams of fats, and most of them are polyunsaturated as well from the nuts and the salmon. So just lots of really good clean food, and it's really making a difference to how I feel, my training, and more importantly how I look. I think is just coming in really nicely and really quickly. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple of months with Chris. I'm definitely going to keep him on just because he clearly knows what he's doing with me. He's a lot better than the coach I had previously. There was nothing wrong with my last coach, but my last coach also had me on way lower calories, and it's just not right for me. I need to be up there in the 3,000 range, I've realised now, and having decent enough carbs. I just function much better like that. Also, my training is less frequent now, so I'm only doing 5 training days a week, whereas before I'll be doing 6 or 7. So although I'm doing cardio basically every day, I'm not actually doing weight training as much as I was before, and I'm actually recovering better now, and I feel like I'm getting bigger and leaning out at the same time, which is exactly what we want. I mean, my arms, I feel like I started to lean out, not the best lighting here. I also need a tan to show it off, but give me a couple more weeks, couple more months, I'm actually going to get myself down to stage level body fat now. That's the aim, and then from there we're going to reverse diet out. Try and grow my legs as much as we can with a bulking cycle of some form, and then early next year I'll start a cutting phase again and just trim down into an actual show. So that's the plan. I've got it set. I've got a coach to help me guide me through it now, and this time I'm going to nail it. Nothing's going to get in the way, unless I somehow break both my legs or something. I'm going to do it. I'm being really cautious with my training so I don't get injured or anything like that. So I'm not going too crazy heavy with anything. If I ever get a niggling pain in my knee or my elbow, I really ease off on training that body part for that week just to make sure I don't aggravate any injuries. Because the worst thing you can do is overtrain, hurt yourself, and then you're just screwed really. So you can definitely push it too hard. And that was something I was doing previously as well. It was actually just holding me back by trying to do too much. So anyway, yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from just a couple of weeks with Chris, and I'm applying this now to all of my coaching clients as well. Just some small tweaks here and there to the diet and training plans to make them even more optimal for my clients. I've got a couple of guys at the minute that are getting into really great shape, and I've got more people joining all the time, and I'm just getting better with what I'm doing. So at the moment I'm recording tutorial videos for exercises. I've got 20 done so far, and I'm recording like an extra 20 a week for my clients, so they're all short 1-minute clips describing how to do the exercise, the form. Chris is helping me as well with these to make sure I'm actually getting it spot on. And I'm also working on a recipe book and diet plan combo where you can swap meals in and out of the exact macros. So I'm writing out loads of different recipes with the same amount of macros in for like breakfasts, and then you can just chop and change them in and out, which just means that people who don't like eating the exact same thing every day can have a bit more of a flexible diet. And just keep it interesting, and it makes it easier for my clients to stick to what they're eating. So I'm constantly trying to like upgrade my service, figure out how I can make it better, how I can improve it, how I can compete with other coaches and try and go above and beyond. This is my full-time job, so I'm really just trying to be the best possible I can be at it. And it's showing in my clients' results, which I'll talk about in another video because this one's plenty long enough. But if you're interested, just shoot me a DM. Like I said in my previous video, my prices are going to go up soon because I'm adding all this extra stuff and I'm getting more clients. So I feel like I should earn a little bit more for my time. But if you get in within the next month or two, you'll get in at a lower price. So yeah, just a little shout out to promote myself. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you enjoy seeing my progress and maybe motivating some of you to get on a more consistent diet, because it has made a world of difference to me, like crazy amounts. And yeah, I'm just really focused now and trying to nail everything perfectly, just being really consistent, and it's showing really rapid results. So I'm hoping I can push myself to some sort of stage level of physique soon, and I'm just excited to see where I go. I'm pretty much getting close to the best I've ever looked, and I'm just going to go way past that this year. I'm just going to really push it. Legs need a lot of work, I know that. Calves need a lot of work, I know that. I'm working on them. But everything is heading in the right direction now. So I'm just excited to see what the next few months hold and see what I can bring by the end of 2021. So anyway, thank you guys for watching as usual. Don't forget to subscribe, follow my Instagram for daily posts. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.